Hail, bird of prey. 5. Hail, Karuga.
Qapla!
Qapla.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before. Or Sin's tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird o' Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Bird o' Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Twilight Zone Sunday for February 19th, 2023. Today we'll be watching Season 3 of the 1985 revival version of The Twilight Zone. Watching episodes 4, 5, and 6, which aired on October 15th, 1988, October 22nd, and October 29th of 1988, respectfully. The first episode, episode 4, is The Hunters, for an archaeologist played by Louise Fletcher, aka Kai Wynn, studies prehistoric paintings in a newly discovered cave. The project takes a dark turn after the carcasses of livestock from nearby farms begin turning up near the cave. Also stars Michael Hogan. The second episode, Dream Me Up a Life, where a man, Eddie Albert, in a retirement home is trapped in the dreams of a catatonic widow. And finally for today will be Memories, a specialist in past life regression, played by Barbara Stock, enters an alternate reality where everyone already remembers all their past lives. So basically what LDG lives every day. And welcome to the panel, Resolute Germ and Mr. Londell. Qapla, guys.
Qapla.
Qapla, Bird.
Qapla. So I'm really looking forward to this first episode with Louise Fletcher. Although they all sound pretty interesting. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Ms. Lundell, you were first in the chat today with Qapla, Mr. Lundell. Words and Pictures is Qapla, Bird o' Prey 5, excited about this season. Yeah, last week was a pleasant surprise. Certainly more surprised at this season of Twilight Zone than Picard. But
we digress.
Yeah, we digress. Cody guy says hello, Cody. Resolute Germ also says hello, Resolute. I put in the link to see the screening room or join the panel. I reversed the order today since most people are probably more interested in the screening room than the panel. So they will continue to be in the pinned chat, but going forward, if you want to watch in the screening room, click the link. The screening room is where you can watch this episode only while we are live. You can watch it along with us, and you can also join the panel by clicking the second link that says join the panel if you are so interested. Gorilla's Random Thoughts is Qapla all. Bert, I forgot to mention, Germ says, if you want to see a gorilla cry, we are watching Old Yella tonight. Oh, that is a sad movie. That is a very sad movie. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Yvette says, good evening, Bird and everyone. Woohoo. Twilight Zone. Good evening to the lovely Yvette. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47. LDG is waving. Welcome, LDG. Hope you get your Wordle soon. John DeMarco says, greetings, all greetings, John. Fresh from another rigged game of Jeopardy last night, where somehow I lost, even though nobody won. Even though nobody won the game. Everybody ended with 0 points. And I was the only one to even come close to getting Final Jeopardy right. Even though I couldn't technically play in Final Jeopardy, but I still played, and I was still wrong. But I was less wrong than everybody else.
Okay.
Chronos says first and says, yay, the scary door. Welcome, Chronos. I hope you enjoy today's episode. So, anything you guys want to say before we start?
Well, Bird, I think it's time to walk away from Jep Nerdy.
No.
It's getting too personal.
I have hopes. I have high hopes that I will get to the bottom of whatever is going on. I will find this conspiracy, and we'll get to the bottom of it. And Jeff.
So the check's on the way to John right now.
No.
Brandy Specs, just let him win, okay? This is getting out of hand.
Krause's bird is just totally wrong. No, I'm not wrong. Okay, the problem is that John's got good questions, and he works hard. I admit it. It's very hard to be able to continuously come up with such great questions every week. I mean, granted, once in a while he has someone else do it, which is fine. But like all the questions I know, they've somehow rigged the game so that I'd never get any of the questions I know the answers to. Yeah. Even if the answers I know are to much harder questions, supposedly. like $500 questions, and the answer is, the hero of Setlick 3 or Quark or Neelix. Or something basic. The drumhead. Last night was, what character is this from? What episode is this character from? And it was clearly the guy whose grandfather was Romulan, who's the drumhead. One of the most easiest to know $500 questions you could ever imagine. But then the $400 question was something I don't even remember now. It was like, the left toenail of the guy who escorts what's her face, Luxwana Troy's bodyguard's left toenail. What color is it painted or something? That's the $400 question, and the $500 question is the drum head. Okay, fine. I don't know how they're doing it, but they've got it rigged against me. Anyway,
well, maybe it's time for maybe it's time for a competing Jeopardy.
No,
Jeopardy's okay. Just get something other than Star Trek once in a while.
No, the whole point of Jeopardy is I like that it's just Star Trek. That's the problem.
Everyone there, it's all they know. Like no one's ever seen anything but Star Trek.
I mean, you could do Star Trek, The Simpsons, and Futurama, but it's very specific.
That would be a little bit more variety than we're getting now.
Well, we occasionally get other sci-fi. We get one category of non-Star Trek on Jeopardy, but I don't do so good on those all that often. Anyway, it just takes time. I'm sure we can mold Jeopardy into an actual wonderful show that I can win all the time, and that would show proof that it would be a fair game and not biased against me.
Either that or we'll start Wheel of Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
Kronos is crap. I haven't watched any more Picard season 2. Not present. Well, you shouldn't watch any more Picard season 2, Kronos. There's no reason to. If you've got the first season and you got even a little bit of the second season, you've got plenty. You've got plenty that you need to know for season 3. You can certainly ignore the bulk of season 2, because I'll tell you, the writers certainly are. They don't give a shit. It's not like if they wrote something in season 2, it at all stunts their creativity for season 3. None of it matters. None of it matters to them. But again, I digressed. So, John says if you watch it long enough, you will. Oh, Kronos, he's not hating season 2, but if you watch it long enough, you will. That is true. That is true. Okay, so let's go ahead and get ready and head over to the screening room, and I will count down and hit play. Okay. Kronos says he's halfway there, living on a prayer. No whales yet. Words and pictures. No whales yet in Star Trek Picard. Although I highly anticipate they will be at some point. Just not yet.
If they mangle that movie, that's it.
Listen, I will much prefer the big bad is the whale probe rather than what we're going to get. Because now I see what we're going to get, and I don't like it. Anyway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Twilight Zone. The window. The orb, the fetus, the spider, the carousel horse, the doll, the mask, the flame, the bomb, the window,
And the man.
The man. In the Twilight Zone. In stereo where available. Not at Miss Londell's house.
That was just, I don't know why they put that on a lot of these programs, because they were not in stereo.
Random Menace, A Question of Trek, Picard special today in 2 hours. We'll be done by then. A planned community, cul-de-sacs. Oh no, he fell into a cave. How could that cave have withstood him for all the lawnmowers that must have cut over it over the years? It's a good thing he's a Boy Scout, prepared with his flashlight.
Are you sure he's a Boy Scout?
I assume he was a Boy Scout or whatever, some type of scout.
He's wearing a red beret. That's usually airborne.
Airborne?
Yeah.
So was he dropping from a plane?
I hope not. Yeah. His
mean,
life was bigger than he would be.
There's a little hole with daylight, and then there's clearly a much bigger hole with daylight all around it when they zoom out.
Hmm.
Must have been teenagers in here.
No,
those are a developer's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Random Menace says, Bird of Prey, what is cul-de-sacs?
It's a roundabout, basically.
Cul-de-sacs. Cul-de-sacs. There she is. Dr. Klein. This is a Bajoran cave? Since Cardassians occupied Bajor? Where is the Stone of the Emissary? You just walked on a dead person. Kronos never wore a tie as a kid. Qapla substance D. They're all paintings, you stupid kid. You ever been to a Turkish prison? Knowing is half the battle. Da, da, da. Hello, words and pictures.
Development.
Raccoon. I bet she did it herself. There's Boss Hogg.
Yeah.
That's not Boss Hogg. Get a room, you two. Now she doesn't need protection. And you can go bankrupt, you stupid man. How dare you invest money? You should lose it for being a goddamn capitalist.
No. He is.
And what is she angry at him for? He had the gall to spend money to try to make money?
It sounds more like the ex-wife.
Wolf.
Okay, somebody's playing with not being reelected. And there's nothing Kai Wynn can do about it.
Yeah, Joseph might be here. Mama Bray was just laughing and asked if Joseph was here. I wonder if I should be worried.
No, exactly when he's going to watch that episode of Star Trek Discovery.
Mama Bray is asking Joseph when exactly is he going to watch that episode of Star Trek Discovery. I guess he'll know of what that refers. I like how the binoculars, they do the single circle. That's what it looks like in binoculars and not the fake double circle.
Yeah.
That it doesn't look like, but so many TV shows use. You know, attention to detail.
No, they just changed the cutout they put in front of the camera lens. Okay, continuity. It's daylight outside, but it was night when he came into the cave. What the hell?
Well, those are just the bright lights they have
No,
to use for filming.
Now, when he went down the ladder, you could see blue sky in the hole.
Hello, pop culture curator. She's not worth it, Sheriff. Uh-oh. Painting's changed again.
Okay. Only us Cro-Magnon men. There's a shitload of them too.
It's the Pirates. Oh no. They slayed her like she was some type of buffalo.
Okay. Call the cops. No, wait. He is a cop.
Mike Richards says it's never a good sign when the monster is wearing a lobster bib with your face on it. A spear to the back. That's how I always imagined Kai Wynn would die. I felt bad about this character, Dr. Klein. John DeMarco says, farewell, Adami. Oh, it's the painting itself that's moving it. Pop Culture Curator says, hello to the chat, driving and listening. Oh, no. The hunting parties are coming.
So that's so that red deal, that's the cave. I hope you got enough bullets, man. Oh hell, he's empty.
That's a 6-shooter. Let's see if he can erase history.
Nope.
You're just pissing the man off. John DeMarco says, I thought the cop looked familiar. He was on the new BSG.
Huh.
What they don't show is that the cop gets arrested for murdering
So
Louise Fletcher. since he was the only one who could have done it.
So how did he know to scrape that off the wall?
Exactly.
And how the hell
as opposed to just, leaving the cave.
Yeah. And how do they know? How is it going to explain what happened to the paleontologist? Okay.
I think he's not. I think he's just going to go to the guy who wants to build and say, just fill this in with cement and forget it ever happened.
Or you could just blame it on the developer.
Speaking of that, how did the developer miss the cave? Yeah. He's going to put a huge cul-de-sac there, and that's going to be right where one of the houses. You're going to check out the land before you start building.
I'll just be in somebody's backyard. The Random Bennett says Cisco will find her on Bejor. Indeed. Positive Candor says Michael Hogan was Ty on the newer Battlestar. That was Ty?
Didn't look like him.
Well, he lost a lot of weight in the ensuing decades.
Damn. Yeah, if that was.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for him. Thank you, Positive. I know John said he was on BSG, but I never thought he was Commander Ty.
I never liked that Colonel Ty anyway.
Colonel, whatever he was, yeah.
Adama was the commander.
Anyway, this is our second episode, episode 5 of the season, and it's called Dream Me a Life.
Calm down, lady. Jeez. It's just a dream.
I did put a link in the chat. If anyone didn't know or wasn't at Salty's stream this morning, Mr. Miles is asking for help with his mother's funeral expenses. He has a GoFundMe set up. Please, if you can help, please do. If you can't, please at least, pass it on, maybe on social media, ask others. It would be a big help for Mr. Miles and a personal favor to me. They can bury her for cheap, but he's hoping to give her a little bit better send off than the absolute minimum. So whatever you can do would help. Thank you. She's very well dressed for a catatonic woman.
I wouldn't know too much about that.
Are they playing Uno?
Hmm.
Nothing goes in, huh?
So, how does he know all this?
Positive Candor says that guy with the glasses was on Space 1999.
Yes, he was.
Not in Star Trek Picard. Friend disappears for 20 years. You don't even check on him. Not once. Positive Candor says it's Barry Morse. A lot of steps for an old age.
He needs to exercise.
How does a catatonic woman sleep in a regular bed with nothing to protect her from falling off?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's getting bothersome. I don't blame him.
Yeah. Some people prefer their privacy.
No, it's just that he was getting bothersome.
You're my husband. Maybe she has loved her. Hold the door. Hold the door. Rod Serling. He's here to take his show back.
Yep. Okay. He just chose his wife's boyfriend. Okay.
Where's the picture? I'd rather have the Greyhound bus dream than his Twilight Zone dream. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. I don't know. I don't know what that had to do with the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, that was kind of a chick episode. Yeah.
And not off to a great start.
old people in love kind of thing. I didn't get it.
So, final episode for today
Yeah.
is Memories, October 29th, 1988. A specialist in past life regression enters an alternate reality where everyone remembers their past lives. That has a potential for being a Twilight Zone episode. But I'll be honest, it was the least potential I thought of them all.
I think I remember this episode.
It can't do any worse than that last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last one, the second one, middle one for today,
That was
ultimately
the worst
was
so
pretty
far.
weak.
Yeah.
And the first one was not particularly strong.
Well, the
even
first
with
one
Louise Fletcher.
had potential.
Yeah, but then by the end of it,
It was a little bit predictable,
they had
though.
squandered it. So, we'll see. Third time's the charm, maybe?
I doubt it.
Yeah.
These 80s.
Fair enough.
They're true to form with hit and miss with this reboot of Twilight Zone. It's like they
Positive Candor says, I think it was more of a Love Boat episode than a Twilight Zone episode.
Huh. Maybe. And cross fingers for the third one from Words and Pictures. Huh. Okay. That reminds me, I have to do Wordle today. So shut up, LDG.
Wow, you just got it? He's been doing it all this time. He started before the stream, Mr. Londell. It is a tough one, though. Don't laugh.
Is it? Okay,
Don't
we'll
laugh.
see. Huh.
Took me quite a while.
Oh.
Mama Prey gave up on it for a bit, then went back to it.
So if Mama Prey gave up on it, so Yosef didn't figure it out either. Or has
Yosef gave a clue, but it didn't help Mama Prey. She did go back to it and eventually got it. I got it in 5, but it took quite a while, and Qapla, Arabic Sander. Of course, it's the kind of thing everybody knows. Arabic Sander says, Bird, my car got stolen yesterday. Now I feel like I live in the ghetto. I'm sorry to hear that, Arabic. Words and pictures as if you remember past lives. Does life become more or less valuable? I'd imagine it has to become less valuable because if you know you lived before, I assume it means you know you'll live again. Arabic Sanders says the police said 10 other Kias were stolen recently too.
So far, this is unimpressive.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Mr. Lindell?
So far, this is unimpressive.
I was going to say this is the most interesting one so far. Help. Exposure. That's your method of death. Arabic says, is this that one DS9 episode? Worf's brother? I hope not. How do you know, lady?
Huh.
Are you coming on to me? And of course, LDG claims he remembers all their lives. Just come in the van, miss. All good things happen in the van. Section 31. She'd be constantly talking. Words and pictures as men's bolero jacket and polo neck jumper combo is very 80s.
Mm-hmm.
LDG says, great episode. This is why you don't remember your past lives, in case you were Hitler. And Arabic says, that's it. I'm watching past tense. Parts 1 and 2 later. And LDG just found his iPod. So she's just as much a quack in the new alternate universe. The mirror, mirror world.
That was interesting to you?
It was more interesting than the first two. I didn't say it was great.
It doesn't matter how bad the first two were. This one was not good.
The first one was okay. There was a lot of potential there. These next two just kind of trailed off. The second one trailed off. This third one went over the damn cliff with the rest of the lemmings. Okay.
The second one was the worst, in my opinion. Positive Candor sees it. The mirror, mirror world they stole from me. Yeah. The mirror, mirror universe from my Star Trek shorts.
Well, Yvette enjoyed all of them. LDG, your opinion doesn't count. Okay.
Yvette says, thank you, Bert. I enjoyed all of them. And LDG says, that one was great. Real eye-opening.
What? Past life regression? Do you know how many times they poo-pooed that in the 80s when it was so popular?
Now LDG reminds us that his opinion is everyone's opinion, since we are all him.
Oh,
Gorilla.
Michael Straczynski, he probably did. He did quite a few of these, I think.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Something.
Probably before he was working on his Babylon 5 idea.
He wrote the first episode of the season, The Curious Case of Edgar Witherspoon, or he co-wrote it, I should say. And then he did write Dream Me a Life. He's the writer of the second one today, Dream Me a Life with the catatonic widow. That was all him. And then he co-writes, which we'll do next week, episode 8. Our Selena is dying. So next week we do 7, 8, and 9. The Hellgrimit method, where an alcoholic goes through an extremely painful and potentially deadly cure for his drinking problem. Then our Selena is dying. That's what the teleplay is by J. Michael Straczynski, where a young woman has her youth sucked out of her by her dying aunt. And then the entirety of episode 9 next week was also by J. Michael Straczynski, The Call. And then he has yet the other episode after that he co-writes, and another episode after that is all him. So yeah, quite a lot of J. Michael Straczynski this season and in upcoming episodes.
Oh, okay.
This was the only one, though. It was actually unusual that for these 3 episodes, all we got was a single episode with him. Okay. Yeah, a question of Trek will be going on soon for those interested. Apparently, though, it is all a Star Trek Picard question of Trek. So, yeah, take your chances. You're welcome, Gorilla. Jedi Bill says, if anyone is interested, I'll be hosting a Western Cinema Presents Legends of the Fall, and a link to his channel. Check that out, any Western fans. LDG says, I remember the days when I did this show called Bed Life and karaoke streams. Sure you do.
Mm-hmm.
Sure you do. And Positive Candor says, we are all Kang the Conqueror, according to Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania. Well, I have no intention of seeing that anytime soon. But thank you for the heads up. Resolute, anything you want to say before we go?
Yeah, this is fun as always. And I had to cancel the stream yesterday, so next Saturday will be the cops for Saturday morning cartoons.
Sorry to hear about the cancelization, but next Saturday. Mr. Lundell, what's going on?
As always, the Twilight Zone Sundays are interesting, not since I've never really was that familiar with the 80s Twilight Zones, and so it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so tomorrow, as every day, you can from 11:30 Central Time till about 1 o'clock or so, you can check out a episode of The Shadow serial, and then at noon Central Time, a groovy movie on my channel. Every day, Monday through Friday. This week's Cinema Saturday, we're going to start a little tribute to Ray Harryhausen. And the consensus seems to be the first movie will be 20 Million Miles to Earth,
which we looked up isn't all that far. It's basically from Venus.
Yeah. So come in, check out a movie or two on my little channel, and get ready for the Saturday cinema. Last few have been kind of insane, and I've been having great fun with it. So come on in, join the fun. And no more scary movies for a little while, Bird. So
That's good. Positive Candor says, what do you think of the Picard season 3 episode title, No Win Scenario? Obviously, I haven't seen it, so I don't know what to think of it. It's a very Trek-related title, but I don't really have any opinion on it one way or the other. Okay, guys, thank you all for coming and hanging out. One more time, I put in the link to the GoFundMe for Mr. Miles. It says mother funeral expenses, and just if you can help, even if it's $1 or $2, $3, please do. And you can sell GoFundMe to not take a cent. You don't have to. GoFundMe does, they auto put in a tip for themselves, but you can put that to 0. So if you don't want to give any money to GoFundMe, you don't have to, obviously. So don't feel compelled to give GoFundMe extra. You can just send $2 to Mr. Miles, and that would be absolutely fine. So, thank you all for hanging out. Qapla, Bird, and Panel out.